Sweet merciful Christ! Toronto, Canada! You just don't fucking learn, do you? You keep coming back year after year. This White Cowbell Oklahoma show. Villains, criminals, reprobates, scumbags, predators, and pieces of shit. And you're here to support this shit. Why? Because they play rock and roll. Oh, you like this rock and roll shit, do you?
Hi there, this is Danger Canadian Content Productions. We're live at the Factory Gastro Pub and Danforth in Toronto. And today we are talking to the Right Honourable Sir Reverend Clemcy Clemson from White Cowbell, Oklahoma.
West of the Rockies, east of the Rockies, and Iceland. All right. Camera 1, 2, 3. All right. How's it going, Jim?
It's going great, Clem. We want to talk about the about your Xmess show, which has now also become a thing of legend in the last few years. You have managed to, let's see, trash, I think is the right word, Doug Ford, young Meshi, Fidel Castro, and a character that can be described as a cock monster in the last few years. Can we expect something similar this year?
Yes, indeed, we can. Let's see, the cock monster. Yeah, we apologize for that one. That was, we were on tour and we're like, oh man, Xmess show is coming up like in 2 weeks. What are we gonna have? Castro. No, we did that one. Cock monster. Yes. Yes, camera 2. And but I can't tell you exactly what we're gonna do because it's just it's. Why is Charlie Watts playing a guitar? I just want to know this. You can't see this. Maybe you can. But it's gonna be Xmess 15.
Xmess 15.
Number 15. We deduced. We hired our soothsayers and our accountants, and they did the math, and they have decided this is indeed Xmess 15, not to be confused with White Cowbell 20th anniversary next year.
Right, fair enough, yep.
If you see all kinds of numbers, don't worry, we don't understand numbers either. We're musicians. However, yes.
So your 15 is on the 14th of December, is that right?
That's right.
Yep.
Just to make it more confusing, 15
on the 14th.
On 14.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
In the holy place that is known as Lee's Palace.
It's holy, it's dirty. Well, I don't know, it can be holy and dirty, right?
Yeah, it can be sketchy is good, you know?
Yeah, just don't go into those corners.
No.
Because I have.
We've tried to keep out of the corners and move into the light, which is not always a good move when you live like we do.
There's no dirty corner in Lee's Palace that will match the dirty corners of the old El Macombo. Now, I know the El Macombo's opening up, and I hope it's a success, and I hope they get some great booking talent. I hope they get some old school great booking talent. But there was some dirty corners in those days that light had not seen since like medieval times.
We had a gig whereby we got stuck into something called some kind of pumpkin beer, which has obviously seen better days, possibly 4 or 5 years earlier. And we just as I say, it got messy. It got really messy. But in terms of messy, support bands coming into you. In the previous years, you've had people like Lilford Longfoot, Cattle get up on stage, and a number of phenomenal other acts. Can you share any of your support acts that are going to be?
Well, there's a band called. They played with us last year, and we liked them so much, and they're friends of ours. And we thought, what the hey? So Head, do you remember Head?
I remember Head.
Yeah, Head are gonna play with us.
Fantastic.
And there is a band which I cannot. By the time you see this, it will be announced most likely. But there is an act from another country, yet to be named. It is somebody we have played with before a couple times. Somebody who was a veteran, a distinguished veteran of the industry, female fronted, and I just get all mushy and gushy thinking about them playing with us again. So I'm just gonna leave with you, camera 3.
Fair enough. So you're going to have Head back in. They're phenomenal. I don't
Power trio.
Oh, absolutely brilliant. That will That will truly rock. And it's so, just in case there was any doubt, this is going to be in Lee's Palace on the 14th for the 15th.
The 15th
Xmess.
Xmess in Toronto from White Cowbell, Oklahoma. December 14th. It's a Friday in Lee's Palace. There is going to be mirth. There's talk of a wood chipper. There's talk of a baby Jesus catapult. There's talk of can-can dancers of ill repute and historical significance. It's got all of it. Even the blah blah.
And Danger Canadian Content will be there covering the event as we do.
And we're gonna cover you.
I've got some questions with regards to cowbell. All right, and in terms of your current members, which member could do with fart transference? In other words, their guts are rotten, and at the end of the day, they could do with transferring that to another place, possibly another planet.
Well, it depends whether we've eaten fast food and we're in a van on the Trans-Canada Highway. I'm thinking there is a chain out west. It's called Taco Time. Western Canada, Taco Time. That will rot your guts on tour. Young bands, do not eat at Taco Time on the road on the Trans-Canada Highway. I think South Paul Jones has eaten some things that have...
Do you think they might have upset him a little?
Well, I've known him to touch cloth in the van. He's known it too, more than anybody, I'm sure.
In terms of the following superpowers, you can choose from one of the following. Yeah, power belching, the ability to be able to blow someone off their feet purely by belching, having a helium voice on demand, so you could suddenly turn your voice into something very small and squeaky, or food taste change, where you could eat a food you absolutely hate and turn that food taste into something you really like.
Well, is this a personal question for me?
That's for you.
Clemson of White Cowbell, Oklahoma?
Absolutely.
Well, I guess, road food is extremely, it's a wide spectrum. So the flavor skill, I don't know if that qualifies as a superpower because it affects nobody else, but the power belching would also, actually, what are we talking about? The whole band can power belch on command. We are kings of the belch and one queen. And I'm trying to think, what was the other one? Oh, the
helium voice.
Helium voice.
Helium voice.
Well, we just, we actually have a regimen of drinking a lot of whiskey.
Right.
Before, during the gig, and we can pretty much, it gives us vocal superpowers. At least.
Vocal superpowers.
Yeah, we think it does anyways.
Yeah, but that's
we've been told we're pretty good.
Liquid refreshment will always get you there. So you've got we got a different kind of superpower. Which band member would like to remain sober, however much they drink, skate everywhere, even if they're walking down the road, or walk on water? Or do they already do that?
Well, if you've toured in Canada, you've already walked on water, usually the icy slopes of the Trans-Canada Highway. So, done. Check.
Right.
What was the other one?
Skate everywhere.
Skate everywhere.
Or remain
well,
sober.
we're always, White Cowbell, Oklahoma is always skating on thin ice, so check. And remain sober. What nonsense is this? No.
Okay. Yeah, well, after last year's Xmess, all I can say is remain sober. Certainly wasn't one of the things that any of the DCC crew managed. Is there a straight choice, east or west coast, for cowbell? Where would you prefer to be? Have you got a preference? In Canada.
In Canada.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ooh. See, St. John's is one of the most rock and roll. Like, I have done things and not remembered things in St. John's that are legend. Somewhere written on a tablet. But in Halifax is a close second. But Victoria, BC, it dresses up nice, it cleans up nice, but man, Victoria gets down. So, I don't know. And that island, woo-wee. You know, I think I'm gonna have to go with St. John's on this one.
You go to St. John's? Yep. Fair enough.
George Street, and you start on George Street, and then it just gets more and more depraved from there.
That is superb. There's no other way of putting it. And as someone who's actually been, I have spent a little bit of time in Victoria, not as long to find out what it's really like, but I've spent a bit of time in Halifax, certainly. And
The soft brown underbelly of St. John's is much more easily apparent.
Yes. Yeah, built for fun, not speed. Was the way we used to put it, but that's another story. So there you go. Don't miss it. Leeds Palace, 14th of December for Xmess 15. Absolutely fabulous. The Right Honourable Sir Reverend Clemcy Clemson. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you very much, camera 1, 2, 3. Thank you, Jim.
And we will see you there. Absolutely. Cheers.
All right.
All the very best. Thank you. Cheers.